be doing, I'm actually doing a couple videos here. They'll be posted separately. And I'm doing this at my home, so there's a lot of background noise. It's a fairly nice day. A lot of people are doing their mowing their lawn. This first one I'm going to do is a really good meal. It's fairly easy. It can be a little time consuming. It's not in and of itself time consuming, but there's a little bit of weight. I'll show you that in a second here. What I'm getting out is my Canteen cup, which has some leaves from when I tried to go to I'm sorry, not Phelps. Alright, this is just a little lid I put together for it. And all it is it's a piece of sheet metal. I just laid the cup upside down on a piece of sheet metal, traced it, and then I cut it out. And when I cut it out, I left some little tabs, which I bent over, and then I drilled a hole approximately in the center, and I have just an eye bolt with 2 nuts on it, and it very simply slides over, gives me, I mean, I wouldn't try and stir something with it, shake it really, but it's on there decently. So anyhow, first thing I'm going to do, now this is a chicken noodle soup, but it's a real easy one to do. I'm going to pour my water, and what I use is ramens, but that's just for the noodles. Pour my water in there. And I have in here some dehydrated vegetables. These are just a package of cheap vegetables. Like the Pick Sweet, is a big bulk pack of frozen. I threw them in the dehydrator, dehydrated them up myself, simply because I couldn't find a mix that I wanted. And that'll give me some vegetables for the soup. Now, I have here a packet of chicken bouillon. And this is already, it's not the solid cube, it's a little packet. This gives you more of a soup flavor versus a ramen noodle. And this one is sodium free. So I'll go ahead and dump in that. And since I like my seasonings, I have it more. Now this right here is it's fantastic. It's the little paint kits. I remember getting them, as a kid, and they would have paints, and it's just a little flip top. They sell these. I bought these at Michael's, and I bought 18 of them for, it was less than $2. Now in the one pouch, or in the one, I keep a set of 3, and they just have 3 fit into the side pouch on my Canteen pouch. I have cotton balls soaked with petroleum jelly. In this one right now I have seasonings, because these were what I planned on using for my meals. So that right there is a seasoning for the soup. If I need to, I've also carried oil, cooking oil, and it was just enough to put in the bottom for sauteing in my Canteen cup. I'm going to go ahead and dump in my seasonings. Now, since these are dehydrated vegetables, of course, they have to be rehydrated. And this is where the weighting comes in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to heat my water up to a boil. Once my water comes to a good boil, I'll just go ahead and take it off the fire. Wish I didn't have so much wind, or I wish I had a better windbreak set up, but I'll take it off the fire. I'll set it aside and just leave it for a half hour or so, and that gives the vegetables a chance to reconstitute, and rehydrate, I guess, not reconstitute. And then we'll move on with the next step. In the meantime, I'm also going to be testing out a firebox, which will be another video, and I'm going to keep processing wood for that. Now for this meal, had a chance to rehydrate the vegetables, and they've, if I can get some on the spoon here, they've rehydrated nicely. There's going to be some that don't quite rehydrate as well. I mean, that pea right there, or this side, that side looks all swollen. The pea is all mushed up, and some of the corn's mushed up, the green bean. But if you eat them, they taste all right. Now, one thing you can do if you have plenty of water, it does give it a very strong vegetable soup flavor when you rehydrate like that. You can rehydrate in different water, and that'll ease up some of the vegetable flavor if you want more of the chicken noodle flavor. So, now what I'm going to do, light my stove back up. And that is that ultralight 3.9 ounce, something like that, backpacking stove they sell for a couple of bucks. I don't have a pocket rocket or whisper light or anything like that to compare it to. All I can tell you from my use, it works fantastic. I use it all the time. I use it a lot at work, actually, I spend some long shifts at work, a 24 and a 36-hour shift. I get tired of eating microwave meals and such, so I bring that and I cook my own. What I have here is the ramen noodles. You get your water hot, which it's already coming to a boil. Dump your ramens in, and then you got to have chicken to your chicken noodle. This is just a can of chicken, 100% natural chicken breast in water. I open it up. Careful not to fling everything everywhere. And I add all of it, including the juice in. The reason I add the juice also is because that's like a chicken broth. It just gives it that much better flavor. And that's pretty much it. You just let your noodles cook up, and you've got yourself a real good chicken noodle soup. Now, the reason I use the ramens is due to time. And, well, not so much time, but fuel consumption. To rehydrate these noodles, you just need to bring the water to a boil. To use regular noodles, you've got to boil for 20 minutes. That's a lot of fuel used. If you're cooking at a campfire, it doesn't make a difference. If you're using something like this, that's a lot of fuel usage. And then, of course, I have some cayenne pepper sauce. That's just me. Well, that's just a lot of people, but I like to add it. And since I didn't add any salt, that cayenne pepper sauce will add plenty of saltiness to it. Like I said, I used the sodium-free chicken bouillon. And that's I don't know if I said it, it's the Herbox, something like that, Herbox. I don't know how it's pronounced, but get my water hot. I'm going to throw my lid back on here just to speed things up. Maybe turn my fire up a little bit. And I'll come back with the finished product, which will be in a minute or two. Just long enough for the ramens to rehydrate. Alright, so here we have it, the finished product. I've got chicken and vegetables, got the noodles. You know, and that's a lot of food. I mean, you know, if you have a Canteen cup, you know they're fairly sizable, and you know that'll fill me up and that'll keep me going for a good while. So, just an idea out there for you. Thanks for watching.